fiery furnace. And our memory verse is saying, we will serve the Lord. And it comes from Joshua 24, verse 15. It was finished at last. The gigantic statue that King Nebuchadnezzar had ordered to be made. So, many rulers who served King Nebuchadnezzar gathered around the violet. They stared at the big statue. They also stared at a big furnace where soldiers were building a big fire in it. So, now when they saw that furnace, someone shouted, "Everyone, listen to the king's message. When you hear the musicians play, you must bow down to the statue. Or if anyone doesn't bow down, they'll be thrown into that fiery furnace." So, would people want to be thrown into that fiery furnace? No, I'd never be there. Okay, let's go on. So I said, I think this man really wanted to tell the people. So, the music burst, and then everyone fell down and bowed down, except Daniel's 3 friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So, some men saw them and went to tell the king. So, when they told the king said, "Bring them here." After that, when they brought them here, the king said, "So you didn't worship and bow down and worship?" He said, "I will give you one more chance. If you don't bow down, you will be thrown into that furnace." So, the 3 Hebrew boys told the king that they could not worship their idols. So, the king said, "Make the fire 7 times hotter and throw these men into the fire." But now look what he did. He jumped up and said, "Didn't we put 3 men in the furnace? But I can see 4 men. And the 4th one looks like the Son of God," he shouted. And he said, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, come out." And the 3 Hebrews stepped out. And they didn't even smell like smoke. They were not even burnt. So, all the other people couldn't believe it. When the 3 Hebrews stepped out, the king said, Now I know that there is no other God who can save people like this.